I'm diving into the world of virtual reality to see if it can actually help me tackle my own mental health challenges. Can VR really make a difference? Virtual reality, or VR, has been around for a while, but recently it's been getting a lot of attention for its potential to revolutionize the way we approach mental health treatment. As someone who's struggled with anxiety and depression, I'm always on the lookout for new and innovative ways to manage my symptoms and improve my overall well-being. So, I was curious to explore whether VR could be a game changer for people like me. The concept of using VR to treat mental health issues might seem a bit far-fetched at first, but when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. VR technology has the ability to create immersive, interactive environments that can simulate real-life situations, making it a powerful tool for exposure therapy, relaxation techniques, and even social skills training. And the best part is, it can be done from the comfort of your own home, making it more accessible to people who might struggle with traditional in-person therapies. But before we dive into the world of VR and mental health, I want to acknowledge that this topic is really important to me, and I'm not the only one who's struggling. Mental health affects millions of people around the world, and it's something that we should all be talking about more openly and honestly. Mental health issues are incredibly prevalent, with 1 in 4 people experiencing some kind of mental health problem each year. Anxiety and depression are 2 of the most common mental health conditions, and they can have a huge impact on daily life, relationships, and overall well-being. The thing is, traditional therapies can sometimes fall short, leaving people feeling frustrated, stuck, or just plain hopeless. That's why it's more important than ever to explore new and innovative approaches to mental health treatment. Traditional therapies can be amazing, don't get me wrong. But for some people, they just don't work, or they're not accessible. Maybe you live in a rural area and can't get to a therapist's office, or maybe you're just not comfortable with the idea of talking to a stranger about your deepest fears and insecurities. Whatever the reason, traditional therapies aren't always the best fit, and that's where VR comes in. VR offers a completely new way of approaching mental health treatment, one that's more flexible, more accessible, and more comfortable. And the best part is, it's not just about relaxation techniques or meditation apps, it's about creating immersive, interactive experiences that can really help people overcome their fears and anxieties. But before we can talk about the benefits of VR, we need to understand the scope of the problem. Mental health issues are incredibly varied, ranging from anxiety and depression to PTSD, OCD, and even phobias. And each of these conditions requires a unique approach, one that's tailored to the individual's specific needs and circumstances. That's why it's so important to explore the different ways that VR is being used to treat mental health conditions. From exposure therapy for anxiety to cognitive behavioral therapy for depression, VR is being used in some really innovative and exciting ways. One of the most promising areas of VR research is in the treatment of PTSD. PTSD is a debilitating condition that affects millions of people around the world, often leaving them feeling anxious, depressed, and disconnected from reality. But VR is offering new hope for people with PTSD, allowing them to confront and overcome their traumas in a safe and controlled environment. VR is also being used to treat anxiety disorders, including social anxiety and generalized anxiety. And the results are really promising. People are reporting lower levels of anxiety, improved mood, and even improved relationships. It's not just about relaxation techniques or calming environments, it's about teaching people new coping skills and strategies that they can use in their daily lives. Phobias are another area where VR is making a big impact. From fear of heights to fear of spiders, VR is allowing people to confront and overcome their phobias in a safe and controlled way. And it's not just about exposure therapy, it's about teaching people new ways of thinking and responding to their phobias. But VR isn't just about treating specific mental health conditions, it's also about promoting overall well-being and relaxation. From meditation apps to yoga classes, VR is offering new ways for people to relax, unwind, and de-stress. So, what's the evidence for VR's impact on mental health? Well, the research is still in its early stages, but the results are really promising. Studies have shown that VR can reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression, improve mood, and even increase feelings of empathy and compassion. One of the most compelling studies I came across was on the use of VR for PTSD. The study found that VR therapy was not only effective in reducing symptoms of PTSD, but it was also more effective than traditional exposure therapy. And the best part is, the results were long-lasting, with participants reporting continued improvement months after the study had ended. But VR isn't just about the research, it's also about the personal stories. I've heard from people who've used VR to overcome anxiety, depression, and even PTSD. And their stories are truly inspiring. They're stories of courage, resilience, and hope. One of the most powerful stories I came across was from a woman who had been struggling with PTSD for years. She had tried traditional therapies, but nothing seemed to work. That was until she discovered VR. With VR, she was able to confront and overcome her traumas in a safe and controlled environment. And the results were amazing. She reported feeling more confident, more relaxed, and more in control of her life. So, what's the takeaway from all of this? Well, it's clear that VR has the potential to be a game changer for mental health treatment. It's not a replacement for traditional therapies, but it's a powerful tool that can be used in conjunction with them. But there are also challenges to consider. VR is still a relatively new technology, and there's still a lot we don't know about its long-term effects. And let's be real, VR can be expensive, and it's not always accessible to everyone. So, what's next? Well, I think it's clear that VR has the potential to revolutionize the way we approach mental health treatment. But we need more research, more innovation, and more access to VR technology. And that's where you come in. If you've had experiences with VR and mental health, I want to hear about them. Share your stories, your struggles, and your triumphs in the comments below. And if you're interested in learning more about VR and mental health, be sure to check out our next video on the topic. Thanks for watching.